What's up guys, Andre here, and today we'll be learning the cross spin, another sexy looking spin to add to your ever revolving arsenal. Once you wrap your head around the cross spin, you'll be pulling these off in no time. So let's get right into it. As the name suggests, the cross spin is done with one foot crossed in front of the other, either left foot over right or right over left. Just like the corkscrew, the cross spin relies on initial momentum generated by the upper body to get the spin going. If your right foot is crossed over your left, you'll be spinning to the right or clockwise. And if your left foot is crossed over the right, you'll be spinning to the left or counterclockwise. Next up are the prerequisites. But before that, I would like to say, if you want to see more roller skating content, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me stay motivated, and it's good for the algorithm as well. Feel free to leave a comment down below on any suggestions you may have, or if you just want to say hi. Now on to the prerequisites. Our first requirement is having a solid foundation of spinning. That means knowing how to use your arms and upper body to generate momentum, having decent core strength to maintain alignment and balance while spinning, and being able to hold your hips and legs in place to maintain the proper foot position of the spin. The fundamentals of spinning are pretty important to know prior to learning the cross spin. You can check out my other videos on spinning on my channel or within this conveniently made playlist. The next prerequisite is being comfortable doing standing splits and heel-toe spins. Since the cross spin is done on the heel and toe, it definitely pays to be comfortable doing heel-toe spins. The heel-toe spin will help you learn how to balance your weight evenly between your feet while spinning. Standing splits gets you comfortable with picking up on the heel and flexing your foot to be on the toe. Already knowing and being comfortable with these two moves will allow you to focus on the finer details of the cross spin as you practice it. The first drill is getting used to standing with your feet crossed, as you can see here. Getting used to this position is an important initial step to doing the cross spin, because once you get comfortable standing with your feet crossed, you can then focus on picking up on your heel and toe like this. Having good balance while your feet are crossed is important to maintaining the flow of the spin, especially if you want to hold tight and sexy looking cross spins for long periods of time. To practice this, simply stand with your feet shoulder width apart and then step one foot over the next. Stand up straight with your arms out and keep your core flexed to maintain balance. Work your way up to holding this position for up to 20 to 30 seconds. An important thing to note when your feet are crossed is how close together your feet are. Ideally, we want the rear wheels of the foot to be in line with the front wheels of the foot in the back. I recommend looking down at your feet and paying attention to how your feet are positioned so that you can make adjustments where needed. The second drill we're going to practice is twisting 180 degrees in place until our feet cross. The purpose of this drill is to learn the initial twist that will lead into the cross spin. Here is a slow-mo of what it'll look like. To begin, stand with your feet shoulder width apart with your arms out for balance. Twist your head and shoulders to the right or clockwise. Follow through with your hips and pick up the right front wheels and the left rear wheels at the same time. Use the momentum to pivot your feet around 180 degrees until they are crossed. As you practice this drill, be mindful of the distance between your feet, as it is easy to get tripped up while turning if you're not careful enough. Notice how my feet aren't overly crossed, nor are they spread too far apart. This is one of the most important things to remember when learning the cross spin. The rear wheels of the front is almost parallel to the front wheels of the foot in the rear. Now let's practice going in the opposite direction. Remember to keep your back, core, and hips tight as you rotate to prevent you from wobbling. Aim to stay centered and balanced over your feet throughout the entire movement. As I mentioned in my how to spin video, you can safely learn any spin by taking your time and breaking them into incremental turns. For drill number 3, we will start with our feet already crossed in the position that drill number 2 left us in. From here, twist your upper body and hips to generate just enough momentum so that you only rotate 90 degrees. Let's practice this together a few times going clockwise until we make a full circle. Avoid rushing this drill and focus on making precise and controlled movements. This way you can learn the subtle movements of the spin and how to adjust accordingly. Especially since our feet are crossed, it is vital to take our time to reduce the likelihood of falling while learning the cross spin. After you get comfortable with 90-degree turns, Move on to 180-degree turns. Take your time as you practice this. The goal is to build up your confidence and develop a better mind-body connection with the spin. As always, we have to practice spinning in both directions. Be sure to practice doing 90 or 180-degree turns going in the opposite direction. It's not as scary as you think once you start trying it out and get the hang of it. Now for the moment of truth, the cross spin itself. We'll be taking what we learned in the previous 3 drills and putting them together. Starting with your feet shoulder width apart, twist your upper body and hips to generate momentum. Pick up your heel and toe as soon as your feet begin to cross and keep them up until you do one complete rotation. This is what the spin will look like when done correctly. Since we are aiming for a full rotation, you'll have to put a bit more momentum into the spin compared to when you were doing only 90 and 180-degree turns. I recommend that you practice doing 90, 180 and 360-degree turns at a time. By practicing like this, you'll learn how to control the amount of momentum you put into each spin, therefore making each spin predictable each time you attempt them. When you start to feel more confident with the cross spin, start going for 2 full rotations, and then work your way up to 4 full rotations. While spinning, focus on keeping your upper body and hips oriented in the direction of the spin. This allows you to keep the flow of the spin going and make it easier to get multiple rotations done, especially since you can't pump the spin as you would a toe spin. Sometimes you can get away with having your wheels sliding on the floor during a cross spin. This largely depends on how hard your wheels are and what surface you are skating on. For example, a marble surface or hardwood floor would better allow you to slide the wheels for much longer periods of time compared to a rougher surface or concrete floor. Note that if you have softer wheels or that the surface you're skating on is grippy, then you will have to keep your heel and toe elevated throughout the spin. You can start the cross spin in multiple ways, making it very easy to combine with other moves. Here are some variations to try out. Sit spin the cross spin, zero the cross spin, matrix to cross spin, rolling splits into cross spin, cross spin to 360 jump back to cross spin. If you made it this far into the video, I would just like to say thanks for watching and I really appreciate it. It's been a long time since I released a tutorial. It's mainly due to the problems I was experiencing over the course of the summer, and it was taking a toll on me mentally and I wasn't able to focus my energy on making any content. However, that is all in the past now and I'm back to being able to focus my energy on bringing you all great roller skating content. So thank you all for watching and supporting me. Remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with your fellow skate friends, so that way we can all get good together. Andre here, and I'll see you all next time.